Tonight is shit. Thursday, February 9th, 2017. We have a lot of shit to discuss. Trump, of course, Lady Gaga in the Super Bowl, more Trump shit, the Supreme Court, and all that bullshit. We're gonna discuss all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. Tonight here on Gayxyz.
Damn, nigga, damn. Took a chance on you, double and dipped again. Go! You could do it dance. Take a chance with your lover like this began. I want somebody who can take it apart. Stitch me back together, make me into who I wanna be. But all you ever do is sit in the dark. Dealing with the devil, you ain't never ever gonna be mine. Cause I'm born to dance in the moonlight. I feel like spending my nights alone. I try to give you a little more space to grow. White lies, I don't wanna be around anymore. I'm through giving, I got to go. Am I chasing time? Cause I'm wasted all mine on you. Am I chasing time? Cause I'm wasted all mine on you. Check my watch, I had the future in my pocket, but I lost it when I gave it to you. Tomorrow drops, I had my time right in my locket, but I lost it when I gave it to you. Damn, nigga, damn, took a chance on you, doubled and dipped again. Damn, scream, nigga, scream, hit your mans up and tell them to get the van. And reminiscing can't bring it back to the cabin in Michigan, but man, this the plan. Say goodbye to your lover, cause it's the end. I feel like spending my nights alone. I try to give you a little more space to grow. White lies, I don't wanna be around anymore. I'm through giving, I got to go. Am I chasing time? Cause I'm wasted all mine on you. Am I chasing time? Cause I'm wasted all mine on you. Check my watch, I had the future in my pocket, but I lost it when I gave it to you. Tomorrow drops, I had my time right in my locket, but I lost it when I gave it to you. Yo, get lost at the highway freeway. We've been off course like the wrong way relay. Need me a boss, real constant delay. These are kind of thoughts I've been having for 3 days. Feel like you're more of a homie. Please, you don't even know me. You think I'm starting new relations. I'm just a part and need my spacing. Time to myself, ventilation. No time for you, I lack the patience. And you like, girl, how you do that? My attitude is bitchy, but you already knew that. And since we can't get along, I think we should both move on. Go! Cause I'm born to dance in the moonlight. I feel like spending my nights alone. I try to give you a little more space to grow. White lies, I don't wanna be around anymore. I'm through giving, I got to go. Am I chasing time? Cause I'm wasted all mine on you. Am I chasing time? Cause I'm wasted all mine on you. Check my watch, I had the future in my pocket, but I lost it when I gave it to you. Tomorrow drops, I had my time right in my locket, but I lost it when I gave it to you.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to a wonderful, fabulous night here on Gayxyz. I am Jason along with Donovan. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going tonight?
Pretty good. Pretty well. It's okay, I guess. So,
Why is that?
so today I get home.
Uh-huh.
By the way, people, we're gonna get to the topics in just a moment, but I gotta tell you how our week has been rather. So, I mean, for the most part, my week has been okay.
Yeah.
Nothing, just typical, nothing really out of the ordinary. Then I get home today. I check my mailbox, open it up. It's from the dealership. Well, it's from Nissan.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay. So then I open it up and proceed to read this motherfucker. There is a recall on my car.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just like, okay. Well, then I didn't think anything of it. I was like, well, shit, I ain't got to pay for it, so I don't care.
Right.
So I called the dealership because I got home early enough. So I called the dealership. They, just the closest one to where I am. And I said, yeah, so I got this letter in the mail and it says that I have a recall. He was like, okay, read me your VIN number. So the VIN number was printed on this. So I read him the VIN number. He was like, oh, yeah, it's like a safety latch or something like that where like I guess it's like the hinge that's connected from the body of the car to the door. When you open the door and the hinge is right there?
Yeah.
I guess there's some type of recall on it to where like the door can fling open and cause injury or something while you're driving. I don't know. But I was like, okay, I thought Nissan made pretty sturdy vehicles, but
Well,
I guess
the
that
thing
little
you have
small.
to realize is that it doesn't matter. It's not about quality necessarily for the manufacturer, because almost every car these days has some sort of recall on it eventually. Because the problem is they use parts from like China and these parts from, you know what I mean, different places
Right.
for different parts of the car. Even like a little bitty latch, just from China or something, which it is, since your
Right.
car is or Japanese,
Right.
So.
So he was just like, yeah. So since you have a 4-door car, all 4 are gonna have to be replaced. I said, okay, well that's fine. I ain't gotta pay for it. So, I said, well, when could I bring it in to have it done? He was like, oh, well, we don't have the part yet. I'm like, okay, well, do you know? He was like, oh, we don't know yet, but you'll get a follow-up letter letting you know. I'm like, there was no point in letting us know if you don't have the part yet, because I'm like, people like me are gonna call in like almost immediately to try to get this taken care of.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm like, y'all don't have the part. And I was like, okay, that kind of sucks a little bit, but
Well, they probably have to get, the reason is because usually when there's a recall like that, especially in a part, they have to get the part from a different vendor because the vendor they got it from is defective. So they have to find somebody else to get it from.
right. So I'm like, okay, so if my door flings open and I die, like,
well,
I
you
guess
could
my
sue
parents get
them.
to sue.
Or you
Yeah.
could sue them if you don't die. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that was just my thing on that. Other than that, I had a great week. Trying to think if anything else happened. No, nothing out of the ordinary happened.
No, same old
I
shit.
live a pretty boring life.
Sometimes boring is a good thing. Trust me.
All right, so how was yours? Fill us in.
Oh, this week's been okay. Today it's been stressful. I've just been busy and just like all the clients coming and clamoring at me, and then also having to deal with stuff of my own and just fucking shit everywhere. And then people today, I had like one person today, like on Facebook, I belong to some of those groups, like mid-century modern groups. Like you can buy it's like mid-century modern furniture that's for sale or whatever people have, like groups, groups on Facebook, whatever. And people who buy and sell shit. Anyway, so I'm into like mid-century modern stuff. My house is mid-century modern. And so, I would belong to this group on there. And this woman on there, her name's Noelle or some shit. I don't know what her name is. Anyway, she runs the group. And the other day, I found this awesome. I've been looking for this for so long. You remember the old console record players, the kind they had like in the 60s and the 50s, and you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
you lift them up. Go
you
ahead.
don't mean like the floor model version, do you?
Yes, the kind that goes on the floor, the big long cabinet kind.
Oh, okay,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
My grandmother used to have one of those.
So did mine, and of course we sold it in garage sale for like $25 in 1983. But anyway, but now I really want one because it's just perfect for my house in a certain spot. Anyway, and I really want a record player, and so anyway, I had this one on there. It was like for $395. It's for sale. It's awesome looking. It's like not like a regular one. It was very modern, very cool, but it was from like the 50s or 60s. And I was like, okay, I want that so bad. So I messaged the guy. I go, hey, I want this. I want to buy it. When can I get it? And he said, oh, I've got somebody ahead of you. I said, okay. I said, well, can I offer you more than what you're asking for it to buy it? And he never responded. And then the next day, the bitch who runs the thing, she messaged me. She says, Donovan, I'm removing you from our group. Or today she says this, because it is against our policy to offer more money than it's listed for to get in front of someone else. And she removes you from the group. Now, it's not a big deal. It just pissed me off. I'm like, why?
How is that a policy violation?
It's her
because you offered more money?
policy. It's her policy, apparently, or whatever, their stupid group. I don't know. Like, I know her fucking policies or whatever. I mean, whatever. Like, I go read her fucking policies. I don't know. Anyway, so that pissed me off. And then I have this friend, this old ex-friend of mine who's in the neighborhood, who used to be on my side about everything. Everybody in my neighborhood, I hate everybody in my neighborhood. I hate them, almost everybody. And they hate me, half of them. Half of them hate me too, and I don't care. There's a whole long story behind that. But anyway, and I've been trying to do all this good stuff for the neighborhood and everything else. And anyway, she's always been on my side. And all of a sudden today, she messages me and she says, and because I said something about our city council member Jennifer Staubach Gayxyz is a complete bitch and a cunt. And I said that on the page, the webpage for our association. I didn't say the cunt. I said she's a liar and hypocrite because she is. And she goes, I cannot be associated with you anymore. I cannot remove me from your vice presidency for the group and blah, 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 blah. I mean, just all of a sudden out of the fucking blue. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And so I just can't trust people. I'm just tired of people like coming down on me all day to day. I'm just tired of it. So the next person who fucking, comes at me is going to get fucking murdered. I'm just tired. Just tired. Just tired. You know what I mean? If you're having a day, it's just like no matter what you can do, and it wasn't just that, it's two other people too. I won't go into those details, but just no matter all day long. I can't do shit right all day long. You ever had a day like that?
Yeah, sounds like you need a glass of wine.
Oh, and I have some too. I should have gotten some. God damn it. Anyway, but yeah, it's been one of those days and just stressful and everything else. That's all.
Oh, I had a stressful day on Monday as well. So yeah. If you want to call in, feel free. The number is 214-377-0481, or you can also, I don't know why I'm talking like that, or you can Skype us at, okay, here we go.
Yes.
Off Limits Show.
Right, that's correct.
All right, I got it. Like, look. Brownie point for me once again, people. It took me only a year to memorize that.
Nobody's gonna be calling in. Although I will say that I have this there's just a listener on my Off Limits show page, and she listens to my show all the time. She loves my show, and she's always complimenting, and she's awesome. Her name's Kimberly. And today she messaged me on Facebook and said how much she loves my show, and she found out that I have all these old shows archives on my Off Limits show.com website page, and the archives she never knew about, and she's all excited. Anyway, she said she would call into our show, this one too, if next time that we do the show. So next time we do the show, she's going to call in, hopefully. So, well, maybe we'll have a call.
Yay, we'll call in. We would love to hear from you and anyone else who wants to call in.
Yes.
So moving on to, okay, we're going to start off with the more serious stuff / bullshit.
Yeah.
So if anyone has been living under a rock the past week, what's her name? Nancy.
I don't know what you're trying to say. Nancy DeVos. Nancy.
Yes. They have sworn this bitch in as Secretary of Education.
Yes, despite the objection of the entire Democratic Party and 2 Republican senators. They did, and because it came down to a tie, and who's the tie broken by? The president of the Senate. Who's the president of the Senate? The vice president. Who's the vice president? Mike Pence. Who's Mike Pence? He's Donald Trump's butt boy. So there you go. So that's why it happened.
So here's my thing on this. This lady has no experience whatsoever.
None.
So here's my thing to any employer if I ever apply for any job ever again in the future. I don't want to hear a fucking word about how I am not qualified for a position, okay? I don't want to hear a fucking thing about that because the first time you done me like, look at Nancy DeVos. That bitch got up in there as Secretary of Education and she has 0 experience and she got a job. So what the fuck is going on?
That is hilarious. That is so true. Oh my God. If fucking Nancy DeVos, whatever fucking name is, can actually be fucking Secretary of Education with literally no experience and not even having any fucking idea what she's doing or even any kind of remote connection to education can get that fucking job. Why can't we work at, I don't know, wherever the fuck we want to work, right? Wherever you want to work.
Right, it's crazy.
You need to go into your boss's office and say, bitch, I want to be CEO.
Right, I should too. I mean, starting like tomorrow, if I would ever apply for a job, I don't want to hear a fucking excuse on why I didn't get a job with the company that I'm with now,
right,
or any company outside of there. If I want to apply to be fucking a CFO of a company and they turn me down, they'd be like, you don't have any experience. I'll be like, neither does Nancy DeVos. That's the first thing I'm gonna say.
That's hilarious, Jason. It's funny.
But seriously, that's like crazy to me. Do you realize, like, seriously, I've done research on this. My cousin is going through like this training program at Chili's to become a general manager. Like, I guess they have like this, like Brinker International has like this whole like
they're very
management training program thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going into it and everything and all that type of stuff. But just to go through the management training program, do you realize that you have to have 5 years of previous customer service experience as well as at least 3 years of management experience in retail, preferably, or a restaurant?
They're not kidding around there, are they?
And I was like, damn, for a general manager position?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
well, general manager is not just a manager. General
Well, I know
managers,
that. I know that. I mean, they deal with a lot. I'm aware of
Yeah.
that. But I was just like, really? I was just like, okay. But I don't know. But my whole thing about that is that, listen, I get turned out for another position ever in the future, I'm gonna bring up Nancy DeVos's name so quick,
I think you
and
should.
I mean that, and I mean that, and I fucking mean that.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to other stuff. Oh, this was kind of. Oh, no. I want to go back to the serious stuff. I want to get to the funny stuff later because I don't want to go out of order. Um, did you hear about the teenager who was he got into a fight because he wore a hat that said "Make America Great Again"? He wore it to school.
I did. That was a while back, but I heard about it. Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm not going to the details because I sort of kind of don't care. I mean, I hate the fact that he was jumped, but it kind of has ties with Trump, and y'all know how I feel about Trump. So, um, the boy had worn the hat to school, and it said "Make America Great Again," and I guess
Yeah.
some of the other students at school had an issue with it and jumped. I mean, okay, first of all, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm so horrible. I giggled for a moment. I should not have done that. I am going to hell for that.
Well, he was so was he? He's a Trump supporter, or does he even know what it means?
No, him and his family are Trump supporters. Okay,
and he got jumped because the other people were like liberals and they didn't like that, I guess.
Right, and yeah. So,
well, I think it is funny. It is funny because it's funny. Yes, it's funny to me too because
I shouldn't have giggled though because he got jumped. I giggled when I said that he got jumped. That is horrible.
It's not right that happened to him because he should be able to wear a fucking "Make America Great Again" cap, even though he makes him look like a fucking idiot because he is, if he wants to. But he shouldn't have to be worried about getting jumped by a bunch of us liberals because he's wearing something we don't like. I mean, usually it's not the liberals doing that. Usually it's the fucking, dumbass redneck conservatives doing that shit. So it's surprising to me that happened. Where was this? Do you know where it was? Like where in the nation or whatever? Don't remember. That's okay. I was just curious. Anyway, but whatever. Oh well. If you're gonna wear the thing about this is the thing about it though. If you're gonna wear a T-shirt, you're gonna like I have a T-shirt that says like American Horror Story and has a picture of Trump on there. It looks like a monster sort of. And so I have that. And if I wear that in public, I expect that people are probably not. I'm gonna run into people who hate me because I hate Trump. I don't give a fuck. But I have a right to wear that shirt, just like this dumbass has a right to wear that stupid cap if he wants to, and without having to be worried about people jumping on me because of my freedom of speech. It is his freedom of speech to wear that stupid cap and let everybody know he's a moron. If he wants to do that, that's fine. So same with me, right?
So I think I was looking this up while you were talking. He lives in Missouri. It doesn't have the city. It just says he's for us. Yeah, he's in Missouri.
Okay.
And Missouri, I don't know if Missouri is more of a blue or red state.
Missouri is more of a red state. It's more it's in the middle, so the red state.
That should tell you something. If he got jumped out there,
yeah,
that should tell you something.
Yeah.
So moving on. Okay. I'm surprised. Well, no, I take that back. I'm not saying that I'm surprised because I'm really not. So there is a judge in Baton Rouge that was banned. Well, he is banned from a restaurant for calling a black man a fat nigger. Now, here's my problem with this. A part of me is not really surprised by this because one, it's Louisiana, and listen to the people who happen to listen to this show and live in Louisiana. I'm not labeling all of you by any means, but there is a small portion of people in Louisiana who act and feel this way. So the judge goes into a restaurant. He, I guess, attempts to eat at this restaurant, or whatever the case may be. He has an issue with some gentleman that works there, I believe, and he calls him a fat nigga. I'm like,
okay.
Some of these, Trump supporters just feel like
this man's a judge, though.
He's a judge.
The judge
in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
The judge called a black man a fat nigger,
right,
to his face in a restaurant,
right.
And now the restaurant has banned the judge because he called the guy that, right?
Right. But see, I have a problem with this. I feel like more should be done. Maybe this is just me
about the judge,
but right, because I feel like if you say this to a person of color
Yeah.
and a person of color happens to stand before you in court, I feel like he's going to make the fines and penalties more harsh
Oh
just
no,
because he's a person of
Jason.
color.
That never happens. That's never happened in the
I'm
history of
just saying.
America.
I'm just saying.
You know that happens all the time, and that judge, of course, he does that. I'm sure he penalizes the black people who come in front of him if he's sentencing them or whatever.
Well,
Much
anyone,
harsher.
whether they're black or Hispanic or anything like that. I mean,
well, it's not right. You're supposed to only rule by the law, but it doesn't. It's
Right.
impossible, and people always have their personal preferences eke into how they make decisions. It's just wrong, but it happens. Yes, it happens all the time.
Right. So, I mean, a lot of people are upset about it, of course, as they should be. I feel like more should be done about this judge. Do I feel like anything's going to happen? No, I feel like they're going to sweep this shit under the rug
Yeah.
and keep it moving.
Well,
Plus, it's Baton Rouge. Listen, I've been to Baton Rouge.
so have I, unfortunately.
It's okay. So
It's a swamp.
it's kind of a dump. No offense to anyone who listens in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, or Louisiana, period. But
It's a
I
swamp.
was there for 3 weeks for work, and I could not get out of there fast enough. It is a
No.
complete dump.
Well, most of the entire state of Louisiana is similar to that. And, the only place that has anything happening is New Orleans, and even New Orleans is slow. It's just not, the state is just kind of, the whole thing's just kind of a swamp. It's just kind of a swamp.
Right. And I mean, I was also in New Orleans for a week for work.
Yeah, it has more stuff.
New Orleans was it was a little better maybe because it was more
There's
of
more
a
to
metropolitan
do.
feel.
Yeah.
But would I want to live there?
Hell
No.
no.
I don't want to live anywhere in Louisiana, honestly. Again, no offense to anyone who's listening who's in Louisiana, but it's just not for me.
Nor would I.
But also, I wouldn't want to live in Wisconsin either. It's just too cold up there for me. Moving on. Even though I lived there for 4 years for college, ain't that some shit? Moving on. Did you see the skit, the Saturday Night Live skit with
Yes.
Melissa McCarthy? That shit was hilarious.
Funny as fuck. And the funny thing is, no one knew she was going to be on there. She just appeared, and she was the funniest skit of the night for sure. Yeah, fucking hilarious.
That was hilarious. And
She
now
played-
you know Rosie
Well,
O'Donnell's
we should
trying to-
explain what she did. She played what's his
She
name?
played
Spitzer? Sean
Secretary
Spicer?
of
Sean
Press Secretary Sean Spicer.
Spicer.
Sorry.
Yes.
Look, y'all know me when I run a show. I leave out a whole bunch of details and I go back and fill them in later. Listen,
you act
that's
like
just,
you act like
I'm
they
just
know.
ratchet like that.
No, you act like they know what we're talking about, and then they may not know what we're talking about. So you got to tell them.
Right. Sorry, people. Listen, y'all know I jump all over the place. Just remember this: when I happen to moderate the show, it's gonna be a little ratchet. When Donovan does it, it's a little bit more smooth paced, more even flowing. Me, I jump all over the place.
Well,
even with conversation with people, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I did it." Yeah. So never mind me.
But yeah. But Rosie O'Donnell, you were saying about Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah. So Rosie O'Donnell also wants to join in and do the spoofs and parodies. I don't know who she would play though. Maybe unless she's gonna
She's gonna
mock Trump or
play-
something.
No, she's going to play Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon's his chief of staff or whatever the fuck he is. That racist KKK guy, the fat one. Anyway,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
he's like basically the one running the country right now, basically.
Oh, speaking of that motherfucker, can you believe this motherfucker is on the cover of Time magazine?
Well, Time magazine has had Hitler on the cover. It's not about who's the best person; it's about who's the person of the year. Is that what you're talking about? Was it person of the year or something, or just on the cover?
And a lot of people are all up in arms.
Well,
about that
he's
shit.
a horrible person, and I don't think he should be revered in any form or fashion. But Time magazine has often had really horrible people on the cover. It's not anything unusual, because they're talking about, they're not celebrating them. They're pointing out that this person has had a huge impact on the country, and he's already
Right.
implementing all his fucking racist bullshit. So yeah.
Right, and then they still have this Muslim ban going on. I'm like, oh,
No,
I
the
just-
Muslim ban. The ban was found unconstitutional. The ban has been lifted. It's been lifted for a
wait.
while.
Okay, well, I was reading something earlier where they said it was still in place. Maybe
No.
something. Maybe I misread. Maybe I don't know.
No, the judge, a Supreme Court justice, ruled that it was unconstitutional, and then Trump and his people appealed that decision. And today, actually, it was ruled again. No, it's unconstitutional, and now they're taking it to the Supreme Court.
Oh, so in other words, they're trying to.
They're
appeal
still
it. Okay.
trying. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I'm glad that they found it unconstitutional.
What we need to,
Um,
let's talk about that for 1 second, though. The Muslim ban thing. The Muslim ban is all about people saying, "Oh, well, we can't have these Muslim terrorists in our country. These Muslims are destroying our country, and they're bombing us and doing all this stuff." Blah 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 blah. The facts are, which excuse me, alternative facts is what those are, because the facts are not that. The facts are that the majority of terrorist activity in this country throughout history have been who? White men, Christian men, white
yep.
Christian men. Timothy McVeigh, the Unabomber. I can't think of all of them. The one that bombed
Dylan
the Olympics. Yes, Roof. Thank you. I mean, there's so many, but yeah. So these are the ones that generally are the ones who've been terrorizing people. Even the people like in the '60s when they shot people off they killed people from the tower of UT Austin or whatever. They killed all those people and stuff. He was white. I mean, so my point is that they keep acting and couching it like Muslims are these horrible people. In this country, rarely has a Muslim been responsible for any major catastrophe in this country, meaning people who were citizens here or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. Well, it is. I mean, I'm just tired of people.
It is. I agree.
People acting like, something's a fact just because you say it's a fact. Fuck that. It's not, it's not. I have $100 million. Let's make that a fact. Anyway, go on. It's not. I'm just saying. Let's make it one.
I just love the way how you just become enraged with Trump and all of his stupid
It
stuff.
doesn't take much. Anyway.
All right, moving on. Now I didn't watch any parts of this. I had no interest in it. Lady Gaga in the Super Bowl. I did not watch the Super Bowl. Normally I watch the halftime show, but I've been kind of bored with Lady Gaga lately.
Well,
I'll let you tell it all because I didn't watch any of it.
Well, first of all, the reason I watched the Super Bowl this year, I never watch the Super Bowl unless the Cowboys are playing. I'm a Cowboys fan. I haven't been all my life. I've been born and raised in Dallas, so of course I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm not really into football at all unless it's the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys, we thought were going to go to the Super Bowl this year, but they didn't. They got beat. So it ended up being the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots. The reason I'm was invested in this, and Bill Maher said the same thing this weekend. It's just ironic, or last weekend before the game. The same way I felt about it is because Atlanta Falcons have never won a Super Bowl or even been to the Super Bowl. First of all, they're the underdogs, and they're mostly, Atlanta's a black city, right? It's like mostly, black. You know what I mean? It's a highly populated black city.
I've always called Atlanta Black Hollywood.
Right, exactly. It's a chocolate city, whatever. Anyway, and then New England Patriots or whatever, from Boston or whatever in that area, wherever the fuck they're from. That is very, very. Boston's one of the most racist cities in the country. I don't know if you know that. Against blacks.
Which city is this?
Boston is one of the most racist cities in the country. I don't know if you know that.
I had no idea.
But we can go into this some other time. But anyway, the point is, beyond that, the owners of the Patriots are Trump supporters, friends, and including dumbfuck, what's his name? The main quarterback, Tom Brady, is a major Trump supporter as well. So you have
I don't mean but is that why they made a big deal about him going to the White House and
yes.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, not just that, but yes. But anyway, so when we had these two teams playing at the Super Bowl, I was gonna fucking root for the people who were not racist Trump supporters, of course. And so I rooted for the Atlanta Falcons. And you thought they was fucker. It was a really good game, by the way. You thought they were gonna win the whole first half of the whole game. They were like 21-3. It was like amazing. And then the fucking Patriots came back and beat them by like 3 points or whatever. It was fucking pissed me off.
The Patriots said, "Not today."
Yes. And so anyway, the halftime show was fucking awesome because Lady Gaga was there, and they were all like afraid of what she was going to say, like the people who on the NFL or whatever saying, you can't be political, blah blah blah. And so she's like, oh, okay. Anyway, so she goes and she does her thing, and she is political, but it's kind of a subtle way. And she plays this, one of the songs she sings at the beginning is this land is our, what's it called? This land is your land, this land is my land. That song, And if you listen to all the lyrics of that song, which no one ever knows, but if you listen to them, it's a very it's very pro, like fight back against the man type of a thing. So that was her way of doing that. But her performances were really good. She had these drones flying around behind her, like making a light show behind her. It was really cool. She jumped off the fucking top of the whole Astrodome or whatever it's called. It was awesome.
I knew about that because they came out with these funny memes.
The cat meme, that was hilarious. I know.
That was one where you remember the scene in Scary Movie where the black lady, Regina Hall, she was in the movie theater and she's
She's
eating
like
the
talking
popcorn.
and goes, "Shut up!"
And then she screams and stuff like that. And they just had a funny meme when she jumped off. She just screamed and everybody was like startled. It was hilarious.
Well, anyway, but Lady Gaga though, she's I actually like her recent album. It's definitely not your style, I'm sure, because it's not really your kind of music. I would think it's not hip hop, it's not R&B or anything. You don't like pop music that I've known anyway.
No, I mean I like pop music, but I like the Lady Gaga
from the
Let's
beginning,
have some fun
fame,
this
from the
is sick.
fame fortune, yes, the
Yeah,
fame era.
I like Let's have some fun.
And
This
the
beat is sick.
I want to take a ride on your disco stick.
Yeah, I like that Lady Gaga.
Me
yeah.
too. And I was talking to my friend Kathy, who was here. We were watching the Super Bowl and stuff, and she's like, I liked her a lot in the beginning, and then I didn't like her. Now I like her again. I said that's exactly how I feel. Because in the beginning, I loved her. Like those first two albums were amazing. Bad Romance and Fame were amazing. And then she got really weird and art pop and whatever the other one fucking was called.
The only song I like with art pop is the one she did with R. Kelly. Do What You Want. That was the only reason I liked it.
Do What You Want with My Body. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, I like that one. I know now. I haven't listened to Lady Gaga's album,
Joanne.
Mm-hmm. But is it more ballads?
No, it's actually a very good album, and it's good in an artistic way, and it's good also. There's songs in there that are very, what's the word? Commercial, like Million Reasons. You probably heard that, right?
No, I haven't heard a single song off.
Are you fucking kidding me? Million Reasons? Okay, well that's a ballad, and that's an amazing song, and you should hear it. She also A Perfect Illusion, which you probably heard Perfect Illusion, right? Oh my God. Anyway, those two songs are the most commercial, but there are other songs in there that are very, very good that have been released as actual singles that are very good. But it's a very good album. But if you're expecting it to be like the first album she had, it's not like that. No, it's more mature. It's more like a toned down version of Lady Gaga, kind of a country twangy, not country. That's not the right word. What's the word I'm looking for? Not
is
country.
It just more subtle?
Yes, but the word I'm looking for is more like just a lot of guitar and just more songwritery. You know what I mean? Just a lot of like.
Oh, it's more like contemporary kind of.
Well, yeah, and there's also a song on there with Florence the Machine. What the fuck is her name? I can't remember her name. Anyway, there's some good songs on there, but I think you should give it a listen. You're probably not going to like it the first time you hear it because you're going to have to listen to it again, but listen to a few songs on there and just check them out. But if you can't listen to anything else, just go listen to Million Reasons and listen to Perfect Illusion. Okay.
I will.
Anyway, but I like Lady Gaga, and I'm glad she was there. She did a really good job. She did make a political statement at the Super Bowl, even though it was subtle. And she hates Trump as well as we do. So I love her for that. And also, she's coming to Dallas in October, I think, and her tickets go on sale. VIP's tickets go on sale, I think, on the 13th or the 15th or something next week, and then the main tickets go on sale the 20th. And I'm gonna try to
buy one.
I'm gonna try, but the thing is, last time she was here, she sold out in literally 10 minutes, all of the seats. And so if I get on there, it takes me 10 minutes to figure out what seats I want. I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I can do it. I'm going to try, but I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to try for the VIP tickets first. And if I can't get those, I'll try the regular one. So we'll see. But anyway, I've never seen her in concert. I'd like to see her. And
I've never seen her in concert. Now, I tried to see her in concert when she was in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then this bitch had the nerve to cancel. I said,
that's what happened to me
shit?
with Madonna when she came here. Yeah, it happened to me too.
I said, this bitch actually canceled on my ass. But I guess they were just like, all right, you can go back to Ticketmaster or whoever the fuck you got your tickets from and get your money back.
Yeah, that's right.
But so yeah. Moving. Do you know she's coming, by the way, here in Dallas?
I think it's October.
Okay.
But his tickets go on sale next week.
Okay. So.
Hey, speaking of
congrats to Lady Gaga.
Talk about Madonna. Let's talk about Madonna.
What?
I say, speaking of Gaga, I'm sorry, my voice is glowing. Speaking of Gaga, let's talk about Madonna.
Oh, what happened with Madonna? Oh, shit. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Shit, it was my fucking topic. I brought it up. Ain't that some shit? Now, and then he says, and I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? Anyway, y'all know how I am. All right. So, Madonna adopts two African-American children from Malawi.
Yeah. Again.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. I love the fact that she has adopted two black children from Malawi, because here's my thing. This is how I think. I feel like, for the most part, when a white person goes and adopt any children of color, whether it's Black, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever. I feel like you like your heart is like really really open and open to that, because I feel like there are a lot of people who would prefer to adopt kids that are the same race as them,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like most people think that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when if you're a white person and you're willing to adopt a child and make it your own, even though it's a different race, I think that is like wonderful. I put you like my hat goes off to you if you are willing to adopt a minority child, even though you know there's all this racism
Stigma.
and segregation and
Yeah.
everything going on. So I feel like that is like the utmost and most wonderful thing you could ever do.
Well, you know that she's already adopted 2 other Black children from Malawi before.
Right,
this.
right. I know that. I
Okay.
know that.
Okay.
But of course, here comes social media,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Well, you know, it's good that she did that, but you know, we have our own kids here in America, and how come she couldn't adopt 2 Black kids here?" I'm like, "Oh, here we go.
No,
Here we fucking go."
no good deed goes unpunished, and no one knows that more than Madonna, because she's done a lot of good. First of all, you should know, people listening especially, that Madonna, she founded an orphanage there in Malawi. When she adopted David and she adopted Mercy after him in Malawi, initially her first 2 kids from there, she founded an orphanage and a hospital there. She did an entire documentary called Raising Malawi about Malawi and the crisis that they're in and financially and everything else, and how she wanted to really help this country. And she's really put her soul into this, and she really does care. And she's adopting from there because she has a vested interest in there, and her other kids are from there as well. So Madonna's never been a racist. She's been the opposite of that her entire career. She's dated Black guys. She's wanted a Black kid forever. She's mentioned that many times, you know, of her own. I mean, she loves people of all races and, you know, Hispanic and everything. So she's definitely not like most people. And so she, of course, would do something like this because she doesn't care what race they are.
Right, but I just feel like social media, they would have found any time, even if she would have adopted 2 Black kids, they would have found a reason. They would have complained about that. They would have found something wrong with it,
Right.
and complained about that. So,
well, you also have to realize that Malawi is a very, very poor country, and we're wealthy here, and the kids there, literally, we're talking about kids sometimes who are walking around naked without any fucking food and starving to death sometimes, or no water. I mean, the kids here who are in not orphanages, but, you know, whatever they're called now, homes here or whatever, they actually have, you know, food and water and things like that. So if you're talking about who's worse off, it's going to be the ones in Africa, not the ones here. And that's what she's doing. So you can't punish someone. This is what I'm saying. No good deed goes unpunished. And if you do something good,
right. And I was also reading something to where, like in Malawi, once the kids hit a certain age, they've been having these issues with, like, I guess, sex trafficking and,
yes,
you know, with the boys
girls
and girls.
and the girls get
really?
the girls get circumcised there. You know what that is?
Said,
the girls get circumcised at a certain age to prevent them from having any sexual desire. That's a lot of countries in Africa do that.
what?
Yes, it's horrible.
Oh, hell no.
Horrible. You know, their clitoris gets circumcised. So
Fuck that.
yes, and so it's just a horrible. I mean, to us, it's like what, but to them, it's their culture, and I think it's wrong. And it's basically it's mutilation. I think. Well, first of all, we've talked about this before. I think any kind of circumcision is mutilation, male or female. But beyond that, especially on women, it's very, very wrong, because you completely take away their sensitivity and their sexual desire. It's horrible.
That is crazy.
But anyway, this is the kind of country that she's adopting these kids from, and she's taking them away from that, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing.
It is. I'm happy for her. Like I said, I mean, I normally tease Madonna, and I'm like, you know, whatever.
I don't know
when I
what
say
your
things
deal with
about her.
Madonna is, but the longer I know you, I'm going to convert you to a Madonna fan, because you don't
No,
know
but
her.
not. Well, this is a start, because I am congratulating her to the highest degree for adopting these children.
Oh,
That
that's
is, I'm
good.
very proud of her for that.
Good.
So congratulations, Madonna.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is this this feud with Ryan Murphy? I don't know anything about this.
It's not a
Enlighten me,
feud.
please.
It's not a feud with Ryan Murphy. It's Ryan Murphy's new show called Feud.
Oh,
And what it is now, I am a gay. Okay, there are straight gay guys, there are gay guys, and there are gay straight guys. Okay, you know, a gay straight guy is a straight guy with a lot of gay attributes, and then there are straight gay guys with a lot of straight attributes, like watch football and that kind of bullshit.
I thought gay straight guys were metrosexuals.
Yeah,
Do they
whatever.
still use that word?
Well, you can say that too. Whatever. I'm just saying, yes, they have those kind of attributes. But then I'm a gay guy. I like gay shit. Like I like camp, and I like movies and culture and all that stuff, art, whatever. And so anyway, I am a huge fan of Joan Crawford and a huge fan of Betty Davis, two amazing actresses from their time, from the golden era of Hollywood. Right now,
I love Joan Crawford.
Okay, did you ever see? So do I. Did you ever see the movie called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? Did you ever see that movie?
No, but I've heard of the movie.
Okay. Well, it's a classic movie. You should watch it sometime. And what it's about is basically Betty Davis plays an old washed up has-been actress from when she was a kid, and they're both in like 50s or 60s now, whatever. And her sister's stuck in a wheelchair, and she has to take care of her upstairs, and she feeds her and everything else. Anyway, she hates her, and they have this huge hatred for each other. And there's a reason for it comes out in the movie. But anyway, Joan Crawford and Betty Davis in real life hated each other. Hated. I mean, with a fucking passion. They could not stand each other. And
why?
Oh, it's a long story. I'll tell you sometime. It's a long story. But anyway, the point, it was mostly Betty Davis that hated Joan because she felt that Joan Crawford was not up to her standards in terms of acting, and she wasn't a real actress or whatever. Because Joan Crawford was such a big movie star, she was a real actress. But anyway, point is that now this new movie Feud is about Joan Crawford and Betty Davis when they were filming this time period, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, and the true feud that went on behind the scenes. And I'll give you one quick thing that happened behind the scenes. I knew this already because I've read all these biographies about this. Joan Crawford, Betty Davis has to kick Joan Crawford at one point in the movie, her character. And instead of just pretending to kick her, she really kicked her every time. She kicked her like every fucking time because she knew. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry," whatever. But she would really kick her every time, like fucking hard in the side of the ribs and shit. And one time she had to hit her, and she kept hitting her, and they kept take after take, kept hitting her for real. The bitch hated her. So so shit like that. So if you like campy, catty shit like this, you're gonna like this show. And it comes out. When does it come out? It comes out next week on FX. So definitely check it out. That's what
I'm actually gonna watch it. I'm very.
You should totally watch it. First, though, you should watch Whatever Happened to Baby Jane on Netflix or something. Trust me, you got to watch that to see what the movie's about. It's good.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
Okay,
I have nothing planned for this
Check
weekend,
it out.
so I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Okay.
So moving on to other topics, Beyonce. Okay.
Queen Bee.
Now, Beyonce, we love you. The gays love you. Everyone loves you. But I do have to admit that you are known for stealing shit.
She is. She is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Beyonce steals people's shit.
You
all the time
mean stealing their lyrics or their music or what?
Lyrics, music, dance moves, whatever. Well, in my brain, I feel this way because
Okay.
I feel like Beyonce will try to steal that shit and then try to remix it and create it her own way, which I'm sure she does. This is coming from the same bitch who buys Grammys and shit.
What?
Allegedly, yeah, allegedly.
Okay, first of all, before you move on, I just have to say, I honestly think Formation was genius. The whole album was genius. And I thought it was great. And I thought the video or whatever was great. I thought it was genius. I really did. So I don't know where she got all that from, but it seemed very personal to me. It seemed like it came from her. So if she won a Grammy for that, I don't know if she did or not. She deserved it. So I just want to say that.
Right. So, Beyonce is currently being sued for $20 million.
Yes.
Because she used Messy Maya. He was this YouTube guy. His name was Anthony something is his real name. I forgot his last name. I should have pulled it up before the show started, but I forgot. His real name is Anthony, but he went off with the name Messy Maya. He had a channel on YouTube, and he lived in New Orleans. He was pretty popular.
Yeah.
And he was shot and killed in 2010, so he's no longer living. But in the song Formation, she used his voice in the track, and according to his family, Messy Maya's estate, they are saying that Beyonce used his voice or vocals or whatever you want to say without permission.
Okay, well, if she got permission, she should be able to prove that shit. So
right. So, they, you can hear him in the track where he was like, oh yes, I like that part right there,
Uh-huh.
and they
Looped
cut a
it.
piece of it out.
Hmm.
They cut the piece of it out to compare the two. So I wouldn't, me, I was like, I want to prove this bitch wrong, right?
Right.
So I go in there and listen to the clip, and when he was doing a video and he was complimenting a woman's hair, and when I tell you that shit sounds exactly the same like in the track, I said, yep, Beyonce
Okay.
stole that shit.
But Jason, wait. Before you say she stole it, just first of all, let's say something about this. Just because someone accuses you of something doesn't mean it's true. That's why you're proven innocent until proven guilty. I mean, first of all, that sound he said. Did you say he was saying it during a conversation or something with somebody?
No, right? If you, I don't know if you can.
No, I
pull up
mean
the track, but
where they got the actual footage from. Did they
right. He was
Okay.
complimenting a woman's hair in the video. He happened to be recording, and she walked by. He said, "Oh, I really like your hair," and
Oh, in the
she started
video.
showing. Right in his video, yeah, and
Oh.
she was showing showing off her hair, and he was like, "Oh yes,
I like that.
oh yes, baby, I like that."
So
And then they cut that out and put it in
I see.
Beyonce's video.
Well, what I was going to say is because if it's like something she was having a conversation with him or somebody was before he died or whatever, and she was recording that or something, that's hers. But if it's part of a video and it's part of a song or something, then that's his, and she's in trouble.
Right. It
So-
was his video. He said that in his video. Beyonce had nothing,
Oh, well,
nothing to do
then-
with this video.
Well, first of all, also, do you think that she literally just sat there and said, "Ooh, let me take this from his video"? I think what happened, probably more likely, is if that did happen, is that she heard the loop. Somebody had played it, a producer or whatever, played it for her. Oh yeah, I like that. Let's put that in there or whatever. Even if she's even part of producing her own fucking music, she probably isn't sitting in there producing her music. Somebody's probably doing all that shit for her. All she does is sing the shit probably and write it. That's it. So I think she probably doesn't even know that it was from something else. She probably thought it was from her producers.
Right. So, then everyone's like, well, why did it take so long for them to sue? First of all, there's a process you have to go through before you even get to a lawsuit. And the estate said that they've tried reaching out to Beyonce's camp, and every time they've done it several times, and every time they've tried to reach out to Beyonce's camp, they've always brushed her off and ignored her, which I believe.
Yeah.
So they said the final straw was to just file a lawsuit. So, but like I said, I don't know if you can pull it up, but that clip in her music video where he says that is same tone, pitch.
Well, it's
like,
probably it then. Yeah, they wouldn't be suing. Plus, I don't think they'd be suing if they weren't pretty solid. That they were. Correct,
people do sue for any fucking thing, but I feel like this is legit.
You're gonna sue Beyonce for $20 million. You better be pretty sure you're on the right about this. So yeah, they're probably
So I'm pretty sure they're gonna settle out. I'm almost certain they're gonna settle out of
I was
court.
about to say the same thing.
And we'll see what happens and see if they get paid out or not. But but here's my thing: if Beyonce truly stole them tracks, stole that voice in his video, whatever, and she didn't get it cleared with his family, then she should pay up. I believe that 100%.
So do
she
I.
should do that.
Plus, she's made probably more than that on that song anyway. So
Right. I'm like plus $20 million. Probably that ain't shit to her.
It's not.
That's like,
What does she say
like
in that
$20.
song? She's like, I got that paper. Whatever she says. I got that paper. I
Right,
got that paper.
right.
She's got that paper.
Right.
Anyway.
So we'll see what happens, see what turns out on that. What is this dead cow for rainbow flags? What the hell is that?
This woman put out all these rainbow flags, and she's heterosexual and in support of gay rights because of all the stuff that's going on with Trump and whatever. And the next day, she woke up and found a dead cow in her yard with some kind of anti-gay, epithet or whatever. Yeah, and I was thinking, just like a guy with a hat who got attacked, which I think is wrong, even though he's on the wrong side of my fence. I still think is wrong. I think you should be able to express yourself, freedom of speech. The thing is, people are trying to take away freedom of speech in this fucking country. You can express yourself, and as long as it's not hate speech, you can express yourself in any way you want, as long as it's not hurting someone else. So fuck these people for trying to take away our freedom of speech.
Where did this woman live?
Let me look and see. I don't know. Let's see where she lives.
I'm just curious. Because I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck you put a big-ass dead cow in someone's front lawn. That's my biggest issue. How the fuck did you get a big-ass, heavy-ass fucking cow? One on top of it.
When she stepped out later in the morning, she discovered a rotting cow carcass had been dumped in front of her fence and nails scattered all around her car. She said, I don't know what motivation they would have for doing something like this. She says Johnson City. So she's from Johnson City, Tennessee, is where she's from.
Oh Lord,
So.
my home state. Ain't that some shit?
Anyway,
Girl, now Johnson City is like literally on the other side of the state. That's like East Tennessee.
well, that's near the Ozarks then.
Cause I've been to Johnson City before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girl.
Anyway, let's talk about Nene though. I want to hear about that.
A dead cow, Lord Jesus. Okay, moving on.
Well, talking about cows, then we can move on to Nene. Go ahead.
The shade of it all.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nene Leakes and Kim Zolciak, who or as I call the OGs of the Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
They were on Watch What Happens Live, and they had made a somewhat roundabout announcement that they were going to be coming back full time on the Housewives.
When did this
of
happen?
Atlanta.
I watch every What Happens Live, and I haven't seen this. What happened? When did this happen?
I guess earlier this week or late part of last week, Kim Zolciak and Nene Leakes were on Watch What Happens Live, and they pretty much made like not like an official thing, but they were just like, well, you never know, we may be back on next season or some shit like that. And now the internet is going to frenzy saying they're going to be back next season. Now, personally, I'm here for it. I want someone to come back. I like Nene. Mm-hmm. I like him too before she started fucking her face all up and whatever. But I like both of them. I know they've been friends for years. I know their friendship's been like off and on, off and on, off and on. But lately they've been on for quite some time.
Right.
And it's good to bring some back. And see, I was just saying this a few shows ago.
You were. Mm-hmm.
I was like, need to bring back. They need to bring back some old girls or bring in some new blood in general, and just kind of do the thing. But I saw a clip to Housewives of Atlanta for the remainder of the season.
Yes.
And Sheree had her housewarming party, and Kenya was there, and Kenya tried to go off on Kim. And when I tell you that Kim read Kenya for filth,
Kim Zolciak.
Yeah, she was there. Kim Zolciak. She was like, Kenya said something, and Kim was like, bitch, you just want to be me. I have a husband, you don't. I have children, you don't. I said, damn, Kim.
Well, she's right. That's what she's. She's right. Yeah.
No, she said. I'm trying to remember what she said. She said, I have a man, you don't. I can have children, you don't. I said, damn. And then she said something like, she said also something about, I don't know. I think she said like something about a career or something like that. But I was when Kim said, I have a husband, you don't, and I have children, you don't. I said, damn.
Kenya,
because a few seasons ago, Kenya was trying to have kids.
Kenya, though, look, I have to say something about that. First of all, Kenya, I've never loved her or anything. Never liked her a lot. I don't really like her that much, but I don't really hate her. I know people just either love her or hate her mostly, but I'm just kind of like lukewarm about her because sometimes I think under all her bullshit bravado, I get who she is, but she's always stirring shit and talking shit about people, and then she expects people not to say something back to her. And anyway, she's always causing shit. So I'm not surprised.
And here's the funny thing. Everyone on the show has said that to her. Phaedra has said that to her.
Yeah.
Portia, Candy, Sheree just episode 2 ago was like, well, you do provoke people. I was like, damn. I'm like, pretty much everyone on the show is telling you that you provoke people.
And she does. And it's the truth. And I think she has a deeper wound. I don't know how to explain it. Most of the time people act like she does. It's from hurt and that kind of shit. And it's also a way to protect themselves from people from hurting them more. And so she's acting like that because it's kind of a defense mechanism, I think. But the thing is, she gets all upset and people treat her this way and she doesn't understand why. And also she's like, she can dish it out, but she can't take it. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. But Sheree shut her down on Watch What Happens Live. When I tell you my soul went to heaven when Sheree said this shit right here.
What?
Sheree said, Andy asked her a question about Chateau Sheree and how it's not done or whatever.
Oh,
no. I take it back. Mm-hmm. She made a comment because somehow Sheree's mother had a photo, and I guess it's maybe like an unflattering photo or whatever the case may be. And something to the fact that, Sheree said, yeah, I know it's out there and that type of thing. And it's, King was trying to comment about her and talk about her mom looks raggedy or something like that. Sheree When I tell you, I went to heaven when Sheree said this shit. I was like, you can't even come back after that. Sheree said the following, and I quote, "My mother loves me." I said, God
Uh-huh.
damn. I said, oh, I felt that. I felt that. She was like, but
Yes.
that's okay. My mother loves me. I said, oh,
Mhm.
I said,
Mhm.
damn, Sheree.
Mhm. And she's right. She had the right to say it. She has every right to say it.
I said,
And you know what?
I,
Sheree was also saying, I don't know if it was that show or more recent or whatever. She was saying to Andy, she's like, Andy, I don't start stuff unless somebody starts with me. If somebody starts with me, I will defend myself and I will come back at you. Yes, but she says I don't start stuff, and I think that's true. When I look back on Sheree's like history, she doesn't really start shit in terms of like with other people.
and I agree. I
With
agree.
Kenya, even and the Kenya, when the whole house thing, the Moore Manor and Chateau Charest thing happened that first episode or two of the season, and they were talking. She's like, Kenya's what started. She's like, "How's your house coming?" And isn't it done yet? Didn't you have some permit problems? And I mean, she just started all this shit on her, and then she expects Ray not to say anything and be a bitch. Well, how's your house in the ditch? You know what I mean? So I mean, she gets what she deserves. She deserves it. She deserves it.
When I tell you I died and went to heaven, and I was like, yes, Sheree. When I tell you I was living for it when she said that. I When she said that's okay, my mother loves me. I said, damn, Sheree.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I said, Ken, you can't even come back with nothing after that because I like she shut you down right then and there.
Well, I would like to see them. I would like to see Nene and Kim back on the show. I'm not a huge fan of Kim Zolciak. I don't hate her or anything, but I don't really care. Like that, she's that stupid show with Corey she's had forever. I've never watched one episode. I don't give a fuck. But I just see her back in the mix with all the women. That would be interesting with me. Yeah, I'd see
Right,
that.
but she done fucked her face up though. Have you seen her
Yes,
face?
she's had too much plastic surgery, and she denies it. She was on the Watch What Happens Live like I don't know a month or two ago or whatever. She's like, Andy's like, so we've getting a lot of questions about your face. People are saying that you've had some work done, and she's like, hey, Andy, I haven't any work done. She said it's just my contour. It's my makeup artist, the contouring my nose, and he's like, basically, yeah.
Right, I saw that, and I was like, but sure, I mean, not Kenya. Kim is starting to look like a
A
a
freak.
plastic Barbie doll.
She's
or
starting to
something.
look like that guy, this guy who's a human Ken doll. That it's a gay guy who wants to look like a human Ken doll, and he looks fucking fucked up. If you go on to,
Oh, I seen him. He was on a talk show.
oh my god,
I want to say it was within the past year. I know exactly what you're talking about. He's trying to look exactly like Ken, and so far it's not working.
yes, but he
And
looks like freaky. He's got these fake contacts in, and his hair looks like it's like plastic, like just like Ken's hair. I mean, it's bizarre. If you go to queerty.com and look up human Ken doll, you'll see his picture.
hold on. I'm gonna look this up
His
while we're
name,
on the air. Hold
his
on.
name is Rodrigo Alves, also known as the Human Ken doll. He spent close to $500,000 on nearly 50 plastic surgeries in order to alter his appearance to look like Ken, the Ken doll.
Hold on. I'm
I
gonna hold
mean,
on.
and
We're gonna go through this together because I'm gonna pull this shit up.
he's had 8
Uh,
nose jobs, $500,000 reconstructive face surgery, cartilage from his ribs into his face. He couldn't breathe before because he's had so much surgery. I mean, it's scary. I mean, it's really frightening. And actually, here's a little clip. If I can get it to play, right?
Rodrigo and I have been talking on social media, and he's expressed to me his whole concerns about health scares. And one of the things they've called you, Rodrigo, you got this term, the real life Ken doll, as in Ken and Barbie.
Yes.
How have you reacted to that?
Well, it was a nickname. Well, 3 years ago, I was given this nickname. And I've just been having fun with it. It was never my intention to look like the Ken doll or a doll, but apparently I look like a doll. I don't know what you guys at home think.
I mean, look at his face. Can you see it yet?
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Look at his face. It is so frightening.
Oh, he looks like a cat.
He looks fake. Look at his hair. It looks like it's plastic. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Isn't that frightening?
And they had some pictures of him, like I guess right before he started all of this or whatever. He was actually an attractive guy.
Yes, and sad. That's why it's all in his head. It's body dysmorphia. He thinks
And his head. Why is his head so fucking big? His head is huge.
Well, I think it's partly because of his hair and stuff, but I don't know. You're right; it's kind of big.
He looks like a bobblehead.
Yes, he does. But anyway, that's him. I think it's
And
frightening.
that's weird. He was actually attractive before he did all of this.
He was. Anyway, so that's what
Oh
I
my
was talking about.
God.
I posted a
That
picture if you're listening to the show on the Off Limits show page and also on the Gayxyz page if you want to check it out. So
I can't get past this look. I just can't. But anyway.
Anyway.
Let's see what else. Oh, congratulations to Hidden Figures. They have become the highest grossing film. But well, let me rephrase that. That film has become the highest grossing Best Picture nominee.
Yes, it's
That's
awesome.
what I was trying to say. So congratulations to them, and they're still. I think they're still in the top at number one in the box office. I believe.
Have you seen it yet or not?
I have.
Okay, good.
It is amazing.
Yes.
And let me tell you something about Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
For the people who don't know who Janelle Monáe is, she is a singer. She mainly does pop and R&B.
Yeah.
I've never seen Janelle Monáe act until this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She, in my opinion, I feel like she can
Very
really
good.
act. Like I was like, she did really good.
She did very good. She did very good.
I was
Especially
like, Janelle Monáe, you need to start acting.
especially when he's like, would you like to be an engineer or whatever? She's like, if you were me, would you like to be an engineer? She's like, if I were you, I wouldn't have to want it or whatever she said. Remember she said, if I were
Yeah,
you,
I
I wouldn't
remember
have to wish it or some shit like that. I don't know. She's a good actress. I like her.
Yeah, I was like, she needs to get more into acting because she actually did real. I was impressed with her acting.
Well,
I
all
really
of them
was.
were amazing actresses, and they did a great job.
Oh yeah, Octavia Spencer, Taraji P
Yes.
Henson.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Everyone was wonderful. They're coming out with a Netflix series, Dear White People.
Yes, I saw the movie years ago.
I did. I saw the
Yeah.
movie as well. They're coming out with a Netflix series, and I'm here for it. And
Is it going to have the same guy in it and all that, or people? Or You
I
know?
don't know. I know the girl. I forgot the girl that the black girl in
Right.
the movie. I forgot her real name. But everyone compared her to a young Lisa Bonet, and I was like, damn, she does kind of look like her.
Yeah, she kind of.
But
That's good.
there's another girl that looks similar to her that's going to be on there. But it was funny, though, because I saw the clip last night, and it was like, dear white people, if you're going to dress up for Halloween, it's okay to dress up as the following. And then she said something like, it's not okay to dress up like me, or something like that. I was like, yep, I got you. I got you, girl. I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that'll
yeah,
be good
I'm
to
looking
see.
forward to that.
That'd be good to see. Anything else before we go?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay. Well, we will be back next week, right?
We will. We're back next week.
Which will be the 16th of February.
Is it 16th of February?
2 days after Valentine's Day. Hope you have a good Valentine's Day.
Right. You know what? Before we go, let me say this about Valentine's Day real quick.
Okay.
Tuesday is February 14th, Valentine's Day. I know I'm going to be at work, and when I tell you there are going to be deliveries left or right from people's, from these women about, oh, my husband brought me candy, brought me flowers, brought me chocolate. Like, I'm going to hear that all day. And the women I work with are like Highland Park-ish kind of women.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to be like, oh, my God, look what he did for me. He gave me a godiva of chocolates. He got me roses. I'm going to be so driven to drink when I leave work Tuesday because I'm going to hear these bougie-ass white women talking about how their husbands are taking them to, oh, he's taking me to Perry's Steakhouse. He's going to take me to Ruth Chris Steakhouse. He's going to take me out, like, oh, my God, we're going to go to the cabin on the weekend. Listen, I am going to be so driven to drink Tuesday night. And then they're going to look at me like, Jason, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I'm going home and I'm drinking some pineapple Ciroc. Do you want to come with me? And I'm going to be drinking it alone, me and my dog. So you can come along if you want to. No, instead, me and my husband are going to go to the cabin. We're going to go to dinner at Ruth Chris. We're going to go to Perry's Steakhouse. Oh, Donovan, I feel like next Thursday when we come back, I'm going to be like in a complete rant about Valentine's Day.
Well, I can't wait to hear it.
Be prepared for that because I'm sure I'm going to have some stories about these bougie-ass women.
All right.
Anyway, with that being said, I feel better just saying that. Okay. With that being said, thank you so much for listening. We greatly appreciate it, even though none of y'all really called in.
Never do.
But we still love you anyway.
Yes.
We'll be back next Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Time. You can follow us on Facebook.com/GayXYZ. Oh, excuse me. You can follow me on Twitter, which is Jason B Like. It's Jason_BBE_like. You can follow Donovan at
offlimitshow.com, or you can go to offlimitshow.com, and don't forget you can also go to gayxyz.com and find out more about us there as well.
Yes, absolutely. You can also listen to us on iTunes. We are on Spreaker, not Speaker. It's SPREAKER.
Right.
You can listen on the Spreaker app with our media. You can also listen to our stuff on gayxyz.com. We do upload our shows on there.
Well, I haven't uploaded them in the past year, but I'll be doing that sometime soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad you said it because they're like, this shit is from 2016. Okay. So yeah, so you can catch us all on all of that. Feel free to upload them, listen to them, tell them what you think. Leave us good feedback, horrible feedback. You know, you love it. You think you wish that we all die. We're open to that as well.
Yes.
In the meantime, once again, we'll be back next Thursday. And you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for listening once again, and stay gay, motherfuckers.
Good night, everybody. Bye.